Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the build. This is going to be part 3 of the shower, where I'm going to start to lay in the back walls here, some tongue and groove slats, and I'm going to go ahead finally tomorrow. I'm actually going to get the my sheets of tin cut, and we'll start to form up the interior walls. After that, it's just simply some overlay with some thin plywood for the outer walls, and then we should be about ready to put in the actual shower pan and go ahead and start gluing things down to the floor, getting all the walls in, glued down nice and tight, secured. And then you know, the last phase will actually be starting on the door here, and that'll be, I'm going to actually build a homemade door just out of different pieces of wood and stain it all nice. The door will be kind of small and it'll open up this way out, and you know, we'll get to that. That'll be the absolute last part, but I'll link down in the description below the lights and things that I've been using for the shower build. So if you guys are interested in it or like any of the parts that I'm using, by all means go ahead and you know, check that out. It's everything I got is 100% basically from Amazon, so wherever you are, it should be easy for you to find the exact item or a similar item. So well, anyway, well, let's just go ahead and rip this out. So the first thing we're going to work on is this area right here. We're going to just try to get the tongue and groove boards cut for that and get it seated in here. Basically, there's the, you guys can see under there, I hope, the tin. So I got to cut that with a special blade and saw tomorrow, but anyway, it's basically going to come back here against the glass, or not touching the window, but up here, and it'll kind of taper back, lean back into it, and then square it off on the top, you know, of course, and then square it off on the bottom, on the inside of the shower pan. So this area right here, I'm going to put a 80mm computer fan. This is going to be my vent fan. And I have the exterior vent that's being shipped to me right now. You know, being on an island, that's sometimes a bummer. I gotta wait for parts, and that could take 2 to 3 weeks depending on the speed of things, but hopefully maybe within 10 days I'll have that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and measure the wood, put it up here, but I'm not going to glue it in, and just it's just going to be cut for now. I just want to be able to lightly tack it into place and keep it there so I can get the tin cut, and then later when I get the fan and the vent, I'll come back in and cut the hole right here. Just a simple drill a hole with a drill bit, and then use a either a jigsaw, or I actually have an industrial metal cutting blade that's reinforced for my Dremel tool, and I will probably try that out and see how it works. And if that's really effective, then I'll just use that. But anyway, I'm gonna just, this is where the fan will go. That's why the wire's coming right here through the wall. It's already wired, pre-wired with the connector on it for the switch. And I put a hole here. Everything's gonna be center line into the walls. No wires will be shown. It's gonna all be nice and custom. And then here's, of course, the end of it, which will go right here to the fan. So, and then this will be the negative right here, of course. Alright, getting some progress done. Got the first sheet of tin cut for the back wall there. For right now, it's just hanging. It's just in there, basically, these little pin nails holding it on. I'm gonna pull it down later. I'm just want to make sure it's nice and square. I gotta put another piece of wood on the bottom, or on the back, I mean, and then that'll be glued. It'll be perfect. And then trimming on the bottom. So the shower's not glued in yet, so, you know, of course we want to make sure we do that before we start setting everything. But I got a cardboard mold going here. This is just to take the shape of the next piece of tin that I have to cut, just to get me these kind of weird angles up there. So yeah, it's coming along. I'm not gonna film cutting the tin. That was extremely loud. I mean, there's just no way. So it's pretty annoying. But I'm just using a standard jigsaw to cut it with a metal blade, metal cutting blade. It just actually cuts pretty easily. So yeah, I'll go ahead now and we'll measure up the front to back on the bottom, you know, top to bottom and whatnot. We'll square it up, and then I'll use my mold here. The bottom's going to be square and flat. I know that's easy, but for this part up here, you just want to make sure that I get that right. I don't want to screw that up, certainly, because there's no fixing cutting a piece of tin. You mess it up, it's over with. You have to buy another one. But anyway, yeah, I'm liking it. It's coming along. Moving right along. Got the second piece of tin cut. You know, it's not extremely perfect, but this is going to go ahead and have some wood trimming covering here anyway, and on the back it'll all be glued and then silicone waterproofed. But yeah, it came out pretty good. The corners kind of even there. I'm going to go ahead and have just a little wooden strip there just for decoration, stained wood down the corners just to add a little bit to it. But yeah, it fits pretty nice. It's starting to actually take shape and look and feel like a mini little room. So it is coming along. So right now I got the template cut right here that I'm getting ready to go ahead and draw out the second or the last piece of tin. And we'll go ahead and get that placed up here on this side. But yeah, it's extremely difficult cutting this tin. It's not that hard to cut it, but you know, it's not perfect. It doesn't add up and fit just right, and it's not like wood, that's for sure. And so I had to cut this piece right here probably 4 or 5 times. I'll just keep trimming it and shaving it until I really got it a nice fit, and it just nice and tight, snugly fits. So it's something I definitely got to take my time with, and you know, it's not forgiving. So this side here, we'll go ahead and measure it out and get that cut, and once that fills up the space here, it ought to start to really feel like it's going to be a shower soon. Finally got the third piece of tin cut. It's in. Nice straight lines, nice fit all the way down. And that's about it. Just get it home, put some glue on it, get it all tacked in and get it leveled in. Siliconed up there on the top. I got tongue and groove slats ready to go for the back. Put some silicone on that, glue it all down, and then we're gonna have us a nice little shower that's ready for the door. All right, some nighttime action here, working a little bit late. I got the back piece of tin completely in place, and it's all being adhesived up behind it. The shower pan is in, it's completely done. The wood trimming stained. The drain has been siliconed, and under the drain there is siliconed to the PVC pipe that leads out to the ground. So anyway, everything is now just squared and set. So we'll go ahead and let this sit overnight. Tomorrow morning everything should be nice and firmed up, and that's about it. We'll just come back and I might do the slats right now if I think it's gonna hold, but I'll think about that while I'm cleaning up everything. But anyway, it's coming along. All right, well, I'm back. It's another day. I couldn't finish doing everything I wanted to yesterday. It actually just got too dark and late. Worked all day at my job and just ran out of time. I had to call it quits. So today, just getting home, and I want to go ahead and put in the shower walls on the side walls. Basically, we'll see how that comes out. I got a fresh tube of glue. I'm using this one, the Gorilla heavy-duty constructive adhesive. Case was about, I don't know, 48 bucks for 6 of these, but super strong. So I did get the back wall in last night, and I got it all glued down. That was kind of difficult. It's kind of late, and I'm going to try not to work myself where I'm getting late and then I'm trying to rush to get things done. That just defeats my whole purpose of what I'm doing here. So I'll remind myself when it starts getting late, I'm getting tired, that's it. You know, there's always tomorrow. So I will just come back to it. But anyway, well, we'll go ahead and let's start getting the sidewalls in and see how well that fits. And then also I bought these these wooden slats. These are going to be, I'll stain these, waterproof them up. These are going to be on the corners of the shower where the two pieces of tin sort of wrap around each other and there's like a seam there. This is going to just go ahead and just add, I think, some nice cosmetics to the shower, and it'll just hide that ugly seam. But it'll also be like a backsplash for water, you know, taking a shower. It'll be a little bit more of a protection in those areas there in the corner as well. So, but anyway, well, let's go ahead and let's just get started. That is starting to look like a actual shower finally. Yeah, these things are extremely difficult to cut, but anyway, yeah, it's starting to finally take shape and be a little micro room, just enough to get in there and clean up, use the bathroom, do what we gotta do. So yeah, I like it. Everything is glued up, tacked in, and we'll go ahead and just let it set for the night. Let's just keep the bottom there from popping out. I'll go ahead and trim this. You know, this is going to be covered later too with an over trim. So once we figure out how to get the door on. But yeah, it's going to look nice. Everything's just sort of tacked in. That glue will just really hook it up nice and tight. And tomorrow it should be getting ready for silicone in the sides or the corners there, and then getting the slats or just those sides side trimmings. We'll go ahead and get those stained up and laid in. It's gonna look real nice. I guess the final test of time will be when I take the first shower. As long as it doesn't leak, I guess I did everything right. But it's a new day, continuing on from the last video. I went ahead and I got the bottoms cut down here on both sides there. We're gonna go ahead and nail this in and seal it, and I got some nice trimming wood that we're gonna go ahead and cover everything with. It's drying right now. I stained it, so I put some aluminum tape on the corner back here. I'm gonna go ahead and fix all this up better, but for now it's just glued in to hold it where I want it. So I got aluminum tape all the way down, make it waterproof so no water can come through between the sheets of tin. Now on the inside I got it taped. I'm gonna go ahead and silicone that all the way down, seal it up, and then once the silicone's dry, I'm gonna come back with aluminum tape over the silicone. And then these right here, I don't know what side this is, this side or this side, but anyway, we'll go ahead and then we'll cover up the tape with some nice trimming, little slats here that got stained up. So this is gonna look really, really nice when it's all done. So I got all right here stained. So we'll go ahead and put that all the way around the bottoms, and then on the top, we'll trim it all up nice. And it's gonna look really pretty cool, I think, when we're done. So once I get this in here, really that's it. We'll just go ahead and, like this right here, we'll just tack nail this down. You know, I can bend it flat. We'll just nail this flat down and start measuring it for the door. I think the door will be, I may even be able to start tonight. but that'll be another video. That's just going to take a minute. So, well, if you're new here, I'm Chris, so thanks for clicking in, and the rest of you, I appreciate you guys staying with me. And if you haven't done so yet, please subscribe, send me a comment, tell me what you think. By all means, if you think I'm doing anything wrong, let me know, and you know, I'll stand corrected immediately, because I'm no expert. I'm just I just envisioned this stuff and I'm doing it. So, you know, I have no idea if I'm making a mistake or not. But anyway, well, let's go ahead and get some silicone action going. Alright, so with silicone, one of the easiest things I like to do is just go ahead and just mask tape it off. Just like that. Run your tape parallel and try to keep it symmetrical all the way down for your whole run. Mine's not that perfect because I'm in a small space, but anyway, you just want to go ahead and I'm wearing a glove here. Just tape it, silicone it while it's wet. Don't let it dry. Then you're just going to run your finger all the way down, and you're just going to kind of smooth it out like this. Let it just go all over the tape. That's what you want. And you don't have to press too hard. Just keep it nice and, you know, nice and smooth and symmetrical. Come all the way down. I'm going to have to turn my finger around. So, like that. Alright, and that's about it. So while the silicone is still wet, now we want to go ahead and remove the tape. Let me take my glove off here for a second. Okay. Try to do this with one hand here so I don't, see if I don't mess something up. So then just work your tape very slowly. You know, you can see that it's just, it'll be a nice clean silicone bead. And just keep it coming on down. Okay, let's go ahead and grab the second piece here. I know it's going to be a bit grainy. I'm kind of in the dark here, but it's okay. Alright. And there it is. It's a super clean line of caulking that is just sealed. And then, so now I'll come back with aluminum tape covering that, and then some wood trimming. And we're going to call that a very sealed seam. It's not going to leak any water. Alright, behind the driver's seat here, got this all nice and duct taped out, sealed up. So now we'll go ahead and put silicone on this one on the inside, and then all the gaps everywhere you see that will be silicone then completely on the inside, and then covered in some trim. Yeah, this is nice and sealed up. The daylight there, that's, you know, recessed into the top of the actual shower, so the water is going to drip down from there. There's no way it's going to come back up and spray out here, you know, not standing up in there and then showering downward. So I'm not worried about that. Like, this is okay, and actually that'll help it dry out faster too. Just give it a little bit of airflow in there. So next, this is going to be covered with a thin sheet of plywood, and I'm going to go ahead and put some fleece or some felt carpet on it, and it's going to look real nice and custom. So, and then all the wires, you can see I drilled a hole there. The wire comes completely through, and then there will be a vent fan later. I got parts on order, and you know, who knows when that'll show up, but I'm just going to press on. The switch will be right here, somewhere right in this area right here. So that's why it's just pre-wired for the switch, but Okay, left side sealed up, silicone taped, both front and back. Now we're ready for some trimming. Okay, got all the trimming in except for the back piece. I gotta just cut that one down there on the bottom. Yeah, everything is nice and adhesive silicone. Had to do some really technical silicone work there. Same on this side to really make it look nice and professional and not get it everywhere. So I just had to carefully tape it and just use my fingers to kind of push it in and all that, but came out all right. So now I'm just gonna let this set. There's not much more I can do. I don't really want to bump it or make any kind of vibration or anything where I make something move at this point. So okay, got all the trimming in finally. I'm really pleased on how it all came out. So we're just gonna let everything set and just dry up overnight. Got a little bit more work to do, but everything just kind of came out nice and flush. And lastly, I'll just go ahead and tack down the trims right here. Tack that down and cover that with a nice thin strip of wood that'll just for cosmetics. You know, the door's going to be right here as it closes on the outside of this. So anyway, I think it came out really good. So, and I got the wire, you can't see behind the wood there, but the wire actually goes through the wood. So everything will be internally, and then it'll run down the back side. Here I left a little bit of a space because the plywood is like 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch thick, something like that. It's gonna be, it'll make it flush. And then here on this side too, there's a little bit of a gap, you know, and that's just gonna be for the plywood to mount up. But well, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video here. I appreciate it, and the next will be my final video. Will be building the door and putting that on. I appreciate everything, guys, and I'll see y'all next time.